Hello and greetings to everyone. Today we are going to treat speed. Anytime we hear the word speed, we think of how fast a body or an object is moving. This is 5V. Speed is simply the state of moving quickly. Now let's write down a definition of speed. Speed is the rate at which distance is covered within a given time by an object, by a moving object. That's all about the definition of speed. Speed is measured in measure speed in meters per second, kilometers per hours, meters per minute, miles per hour, kilometers per minute, and so on. Take down this hyphen. Speed is calculated by using the formula below. Take note of this formula. Speed, which is abbreviated using the letter S, is calculated by making use of the distance covered, which we abbreviate by making use of the letter D, divided by the time taken to cover that distance. In summary, S is equal to D on T. Take note of this formula. We'll be making good use of this. Now let's look at converting the units of speed. We are going to see how to change from kilometers per hour to meters per second. How to change from meters per second to kilometers per hour. To convert the units of speed, convert the units of distance and time. You cannot convert the units of distance or the units of time. Do well to watch our videos on metric system of measurement. You will learn so much from that. We take a very simple example. For example, convert 1 kilometer per hour to meters per second. You must take note of this. Let's take this note. It's very, very important. 1 meter per second is the same as dividing 1 meter by 1 second. Such. For us to convert 1 kilometer per hour to meters per second, we are going to start by expressing 1 kilometer per hour as 1 kilometer all over 1 hour. This is simply equal to, 1 kilometer in meters is equal to 1000 meters all over 1 hour in minutes gives us 60 minutes. This will simply be equal to 1000 meters all over. We know 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. 60 minutes in seconds will give us 60 times 60 seconds. This will simply be equal to, you can carry out the simplification. These 2 zeros will strike off. These 2 zeros. We'll be left with 10 meters all over 6 times 6 gives us 36 seconds, which we can further simplify. This will be equal to the highest common factor of 10 and 36 is 2. 10 divided by 2 gives us 5 all over 36 divided by 2 gives us 18. Here we have meters over seconds, and this will simply be equal to 5 on 18 meters per second. That means an object moving at a speed of 1 kilometer per hour covers 5 over 18 meters in 1 second. Now, let's look at some examples on this. Take example. Those convert the following. First one, we have 10 kilometers per hour to meters per second. The next, we have 60 meters per second to kilometers per hour. We take solution. We have to convert 10 kilometers per hour to meters per second. We know this is simply equal to 10 kilometers all over 1 hour, which is equal to 10 times 1000 meters all over 1 hour is the same as 60 times 60 seconds. This will simply be equal to, these 2 zeros will strike off, these 2 zeros. 2 will go into 10 5 times, 2 will go into 6 3 times, 2 will go into this 10 5 times, 2 will go into 6 3 times. We'll be left with 5 times 5 at the numerator, which is 25 meters all over 3 times 3 at the denominator, which is 9 seconds. This will simply be equal to 25 all over 9 meters per second. We go now to 2i. For 2i, we have to convert 60 meters per second to kilometers per hour. This will simply be equal to, we can express this as 60 meters over 1 second. First, we need to convert 60 meters to kilometers. We know 1000 meters is equal to 1 kilometers. If we take 60 meters, it will simply be equal to, we're going to divide 60 by 1000. The unit will be kilometers. This will simply be equal to, these zeros will strike off, 3 all over 50 kilometers. The next, we have to convert 1 second to hours. You know, 60 times 60 seconds is equal to 1 hour. That is 3600 seconds gives us 1 hour. For us to convert 1 second to hours, it will simply be equal to 1 divided by 3600. The unit here will be hours as such. Now, if we take 60 meters per second, for us to convert this to kilometers per hour, we know 60 meters in kilometers gives us 3 on 50 kilometers all over 1 second in hours gives us 1 over 3600 hours. This will simply be equal to, we are dividing two fractions. This will give us 3 over 50 kilometers times, we are going to invert the second fraction, 3600 goes up all over 1 hour as such. Next, we are going to simplify. These zeros will strike off. We are going to divide 360 by 5, which gives us 72. This will be equal to 72 times 3, which gives us 216 kilometers per hour. That means an object which moves 60 meters per second will cover 216 kilometers in 1 hour. This is how we convert the units of speed. We take this down from the formula to calculate speed, which is S equal to D on T. We can easily calculate the distance covered or the time taken by an object using the formulae below. That means if we know the speed, we know the time, we can calculate the distance covered. If we know the speed and the distance covered, we can calculate the time. Make use of this formula. Distance covered is equal to the speed of the object times time. The time taken, knowing the speed and the distance covered, is simply equal to the distance divided by the speed. Now let's take some examples. The first one, a car covers 600 meters in 10 minutes. Find the car's speed in meters per second. Take solution. And from the given problem, a car covers distance is 600 meters in 10 seconds. The time taken is 10 minutes. We know 10 minutes in second is simply equal to 10 times 60 seconds, which is 600 seconds. And the speed, by using S equal to D over T. The speed of the car will simply be equal to, we are going to divide the distance covered, 600 meters, by in seconds, which is 600 seconds. 600 divided by 600 gives us 1 meters per second. That means the speed of the car is 1 meters per second. We go to the second example. It says find the distance covered by an object at a speed of 65 kilometers per hour for 3 hours. Solution. For us to answer this question, we are going to start by writing out what we have been given in the question. The speed of the object has been given as 65 kilometers per hour, and the time taken has been given as 3 hours. We are required to calculate the distance covered by this object. And the distance covered by the object is simply equal to the speed times time, which is equal to 65 kilometers per hour times the time, which is in hours. In this case, it is very easy and direct. But if the speed here was in kilometers per minute, then we will need to change this time to minutes. But the units of time, they are the same. We are going to perform the multiplication. 65 times 3 is equal to 195. And the unit here will simply be kilometers. The reason why the unit is kilometers, if you take kilometers per hour, is the same as kilometers over hour. If you take kilometers per hour times hour, it is the same as kilometers over hour times r over 1. The r's will cancel, simply be left with kilometers. That's why we have kilometers here. We go now to the example. It says find the time taken by a girl moving at a speed of 3 meters per minute to cover a distance of 1 kilometers. Take a solution. The speed of the girl S has been given as 3 meters per minute. The distance to be covered by the girl D is equal to 1 kilometer, which is equal to 1000 meters. Now we have to find the time taken by the girl to cover a distance of 1 kilometers, given that she is moving at a speed of 3 meters per second. We're going to make use of this formula using time taken equal to distance all over speed. This will simply be equal to the distance in meters is simply 1000 meters over the speed, which is 3 meters per minute. This will simply be equal to meters divided by meters per minute. Will simply, let's perform this multiplication here, meters all over 1 divided by meters per minute, which is the size meters per minute, will simply be equal to meters times, we are going to invert the second fraction, minutes over meters. The meters will strike off, we'll be left with minutes. This will simply give us 1000 all over 3 minutes. We're going to leave it as an improper fraction. Now the next thing, we are going to take the exercises for application on this. Exercises for application. The first one, it goes convert the units of the following speeds as indicated. The first one, E, we have to convert 62 kilometers per hour to meters per second. B, we have to convert 600 centimeters per second to meters per second. C, we have to convert 720 meters per second to kilometers per hour. Question 2 says find the speed of bodies that move as indicated. The first one, E, it moves a distance of 500 kilometers for 7 hours. B, it moves a distance of 600 meters for 10 minutes. We go to question 3. Question 3 is asking us to find distance traveled in meters by objects moving at, question E, a speed of 65 kilometers per hour for 3 hours. For B, a speed of 28 meters per second for a half hour. For C, a speed of 4 times 10 to the power 5 centimeters per second for 2 minutes. We go to question 4. Question 4 says a cyclist travels 25 kilometers 20 kilometers per hour and then a further 80 kilometers at 25 kilometers per hour. Full stop. Find question E, the total time taken for the whole journey. B, average speed of the whole journey. Go now to question 5. Question 5 says D4 can drive to school in 15 minutes. If he travels at an average speed of 35 kilometers per hour, how long will his journey take if he drives at an average speed of 45 kilometers per hour? We are done with the exercise for application on speed. If in case you have any worries on speed, feel free to leave your questions at the comment section. In our next video, we are going to correct the following exercises for application. Please like the video, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much for watching.